Hi there guys, and welcome to Snowrunner episode 123. I'm MG Haggis, and we're back in the Voron. The Warthog behind us, I think what we're going to do is tow the Warthog and try and get the Voron and the Warthog back towards the trailer store. We're going to try and do magnitude of 5 side mission, because that'll open up part of the road, which will then allow us to try and do another mission that will pick up when we pick up the fuel for magnitude of 5. That's the rough outline of today's episode. Where it goes and what happens is anybody's guess at this stage. But having got the Zix round to the garage area, we know we can kind of get round. Obviously the icy roads is going to be a bit of an issue, but we'll follow roughly where we went with the Zix up over the top of the hill. Staying in the snow should give us a bit more traction. I'm just going to line these up, leave that one there, switch to the Warthog. This thing's in bad health. Oh. Okay, let's try that again. Let's get you there. You've got fuel, so we can use that. We don't need to worry about that. Let's leave it running. Change. And hook up. And because the last episode wasn't massively exciting, it was just me fighting my way along the roads after getting the watchtower, which is just up there. What I'll do is I will edit it, and I will see you when we're at the trailer store. There's no need you watching this as a repeat of the last episode, but I will see you in a sec at the trailer store, guys, unless something bad happens, so that might happen. See you in a sec. Almost there, guys. The Voron did an admirable job. I'll show you the route in a sec once I've got us two back into the trailer store. And I'll not show you what I'll show you what I drove past, but I'll not try and give away. If you haven't been there already and you're playing the game, I'll let you see it for yourself. Okay, let's just a little bit closer. There we go. Engine off. But engine on again. Let's connect the winch. Turn his engine off because it's easier to do when it's connected. There we go. Disconnect, engine off. Let's get rid of that waypoint because that didn't apply. So what I did, guys, from back over at the helipad area, I went round the road the normal way, crossed over where the Zix did. But instead of going the icy road that was going to cause all sorts of problems, especially without the chain tyres on, I took this little side track, if you can see my mouse in the middle of the screen, and then I cut right up over the hill. You can see where it's lighter anyway on the map. Drove past this thing and then cut off to the right and joined it back exactly where the Zix did, where he cut up this bit here, and round I came. So that's the way I went. And if you haven't got chains on, it is easier. It doesn't look it when you're on the road, but it is. You just keep moving. So I recommend, if you haven't got chains, go that way. Now the plan is we need to find we need to get fuel from the warehouse, but we also need to see about activating a mission here as well. We'll nip up and we'll grab that watchtower, because further up the hill is another, I don't know if it's a warehouse, but it's another place to pick up metal beams. And I think we're going to need them. So we'll pop back into the warehouse once we are fully refueled and repaired. So let's just get the Warthog out from behind the Voron. on, a little bit further. Oh, it'll be so good to get him fixed and chains on. Right, stop engine, change truck. Trailer store. We're after fuel. I know that there's fuel, but this is effectively free fuel doing it this way. Refuel. From the carrier to me. And from the carrier to the Warthog. Let's sell it. And we'll get a service trailer. Repair. From the service trailer to me, which shouldn't take much. 13. There we go. And to the Warthog. 400 nods repair points. Still looks like he's been down a cliff face the wrong way. However, he is allegedly fully repaired. Now, the mission, we need to go into that area over there. I'll leave the Warthog there. Let's nip next door. Oh, don't hit the telegraph pole. Just repaired you. Let me set my timer going again. I want to try and keep a track of the time that I'm taking, because every time I do an edit, I forget how long the actual video will be roughly when it's all edited, done, and ready for uploading. So what's this? This is a task. Broken, but that's one we need. So it's getting crazy. Lines get broken, transformers get flooded, poles fall. We've got spare people at the substation and yet no spare parts to fix it all. By the way, you mind helping me get some components there? Yes, we will do. Because that, let's have a look at that mission. I just show you, broken power station is 2 metal beams. So we need the 2 metal beams, which are up here. We still need to get this. So we'll go up this road. Oh, will we? Or do we go up this road? Oh, I don't know now. Which road do we take? Okay, I'll figure it out before we do it, because I don't want to take the wrong one. The fuel is there. And the fuel, we need to go over here. But we'll still do that first, because that opens up a road. Oh, so much to do. First things first is let's get the fuel. Now, I don't believe there's crafting here, so it's just whatever's in the warehouse we should be able to get unlimited quantities of. Fuel. The truck 1, 2. Excellent. Ooh. Easy tiger. Nice and easy out the gate. Let's try not to get damage, especially carrying fuel. Okay, I'm going to look at the map and see what the best options are. So give me a sec, guys. I will be right back. Okay, my thoughts are we need to go the long way up this winding road and then cut in. This one I think leads through another narrow track, which you will need to come back to. So, I wonder if we can cut through the trees there. And roughly from there, straight into the watchtower. I'm hoping these roads up there are not, in fact there's a watchtower right up there, I hope they're not icy. Or we'll be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, and this is a nightmare, this. Eek. definite winch required here. That kind of snowy mud that just, unless you've got mud tires on, even then you need the winch. You won't get through at any speed if you don't use it. There is no shame in it at all. Are you going to climb over? Good effort. In fact, you probably did it easier than the Zix did it. Nice job. Okay, this tree was a little bit more of a problem. Can we go over? Nice. Get the chainsaw out, get it cleared. Oh, we were going to look to go through there, weren't we? Is that possible? Let's have a go. I like trying things that are maybe not the recommended routes. As long as there's trees nearby for the winch, we should be good. I reckon we can cut through there. Yes. Right. Oh, go around that tree. There we go. Nice wee shortcut. Oh, where am I going? I'm supposed to be dropping off fuel before I go up here, aren't I? No, that's the wrong one. No, fuel. Let's get rid of that, because that's not the right one. That's the mission. Yeah, that looks completely different. Okay, well let's go and get the watchtower, and then we'll head back down the hill. Sidetracked by a watchtower. No surprise. I'm really torn between which is better, this Voron or the Tega. Tega hasn't been out for use for quite some time now, and we've survived quite well. I'm not saying I will not be using the Tega again, I certainly will. I'm just saying that it's nice to have alternatives, so it's not one vehicle does everything. I do like the variety. Where am I going through here? This is meant to be a road. Nothing's stopping the Voron. Right, we cutting up here? I think we are. Oh, that's not very nice either. Okay, let's try not to get damage on the fuel tanks. Yeah, I think that's the difference between this and, or one of the good differences between this and the Tega is this has quite high fuel tanks. The Tega, they're quite low and they can take damage. Okay, I'm going to have to slightly go backwards and skew with. Wait, that's it. Right, let's get into that blue zone. See if we can stick our nose in there, that'll do it. Nope. So close. Again. In there. Must be one of the highest points on the map, guys. Let's have a look. Nice. the engine off, have a quick look at the map. So there's the place we pick up the metal beams. Handy. There's a nice wee scout fuel trailer. Nice. And that's a mission. Okay, nothing else is of any... Oh, magnitude of 5 there. Interesting. Interesting. It's not the road I was thinking of. However, it is what it is. Let's go back down. Magnitude of 5 is over there as well. Is there 2 missions then for this? 2 fuel from there to there. Landslide. Magnitude of 5. This is a magnitude of 5. I'll figure it out when I'm down the hill. Topple over. Don't topple over, don't topple over. Oh. Yikes. That was close. That was pretty much right at the tipping point there. We haven't got a crane here, so dropping the fuel out the back of this would have been a disaster. We'd have probably just had to leave the fuel there and going back and pick up 2 more since it's unlimited. Far from ideal. Okay, almost down. We'll follow the road right the way around though. The way we should have come the first place. Might need to just top up the fuel when we go past where the Zix is. In fact, we will do that. That's the sensible thing to do. Snow again. Let's use the winch. Use the winch for what it's worth. There we go. You join the main road there? Yeah, why not? That's to pick it up, not drop it off. Not a slight... Oh, this is probably going to jinx me, but no damage there at all climbing up those rocks. Well impressive. Shame we couldn't fit the chains on now. We refuel straight from him. No, but I'll take it from his roof, that'll do. Okay, we're good. That's your time. 14 minutes, roughly. I'm going to need to reset my waypoints. Because we are not there. Okay, there's going to be a lot of looking at the map, guys. So you'll have to bear with me because I don't know fully where I'm going. That's a nasty one. That would have you probably have the bandit tipped over if you didn't. You weren't prepared, really. Or you had the balloon tires on, you might be okay. I suspect we're following this road for most of it. Right the way down into the far distance. Whoa. That's the last waypoint we did. Yep, we're going down that hill. Here's our road. There's tracks in there. What's that for? So once we've dropped off this fuel and opened up hopefully a little bit of the road, we'll need to go back to the warehouse, up the hill, and pick up some metal beams. So unfortunately this, we don't, well, we could probably use a trailer, but maybe I'll just do 2 runs to keep it safe. I think that's the task that I showed you before about the power bit. That's one half of this. There's 2 missions we need to do to get the garage open. Oh dear, we're bogging down. Let's get out the mud. Yeah, that's nasty mud. Let's use the winch points where they are. Definitely prefer mud to ISO. A beautiful day. We've actually been getting snow here in Scotland today. Storm Eunice is hitting. We had Storm Dudley on Wednesday, a day of Cam on Thursday, and Storm Eunice today, Friday. There we go. We're going to use the fuel to blow that out the way. Anyway, not our problem. I want to show the task. I want to... drop off points is the next one. I wish the first yellow box would disappear when you've obviously activated it and you've got the load correct. There we go. 1, 2. Okay, partially opened it. That'll do though. Cash and XP is all we want. Now we go to the broken power station task. Now highlighted in the top right hand corner. What's down there? Anything? Do you see anything in the camera that I'm missing? I see a broken bridge. And I see a couple of What look like shipping container or huts or something. Big war emplacement. Don't see much else down there. Is there a watchtower? No. Okay. Maybe that's it. That would be a good time to bring in the prototype exploration unit. Park it somewhere. Maybe turn right off this road here and activate it. So, it's back to the warehouse. Why is it still showing that? We don't need that. We're after metal beams. So, it's this one. That's better. So we're dropping them off up here at the substation. But we need to go back and pick them up from there. So I will... How's the time doing? 20 odd minutes. I'll see you back when I am heading up this hill. So, see you in a sec. I'm back. I popped into the tool store. Again, I did another refuel repair. Didn't need much, but it was worth doing. So, nothing to shout about there. The Voron did marvellously on the way back down the hill. Now we're going to pop up and try and pick up some metal beams. This looks almost Icelandic with random areas that are not frozen. Anyway, we've got to get across there, so let's try that. Let's go left here. Oh, that's deeper than I thought it was going to be. Glad I've got a snorkel. Okay, note to self, don't bring a scout in there that hasn't got a snorkel. And oh, phone going off again. Alarms set for all sorts of things. Forget how time flies when you're playing games. Okay, so that's not a bad route through there. We're going to cut up the hill though. That's slow, nasty snow there. That's me with my foot to the floor. Hopefully it'll be a bit quicker going up the hill. Got to come back down this way with the metal beams as well. That'll be a bit heavy. I'm stuck on that tree. Let's just put ourselves to the side of it. Kinda glad I put the winch on there. Okay, there seems to be a road to the left there. Let's have a look at the map. Why would there be a road to the left there? What's in there that's of any note? I ain't going in there. No way. No way. Let's carry on up the hill. I was just going to say that it looks like more soft mud snow, and it is. So, as long as you're still moving, I'm okay with that. Go on, pull yourself out. More nasty snow. This will be even more. Not too bad there though. And this is supposed to be the shortcut. Whoa. Watch that coming back out. That's a nasty wee hole there. Okay, metal beams please. You haven't even got buildings here. How can you have metal beams? But you do. So I'll take them. So I've got to do this twice. But I'm okay with that. So I'll go back the same way I came up, or shall I go down the other way? We need to get these way over to there. Yikes. Now, there's a road down there. That would indicate maybe I can travel down this and then cut in. Or carry on. I don't know. I'm going to try it. So let's go back out down the same way. Carry. Oh, that looks nasty. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll go the road. We did open the road there, so let's just take the safe way. I'll maybe scout that road out at a later date. We know we can get back here. So I will set the route. And I will see, I'll probably stop again for more fuel before we go right the way round. But I'll bring you back just for the last wee bit. I don't know how the time is doing. We'll try. Yeah, I'll keep going and I'll bring you back once I'm way over there. So, if something happens, as per usual, I will bring you back. Although I've been quite lucky every time I've said that, nothing really bad has happened. So, I'll say it again. I'll bring you back soon, if something happens. Welcome back, guys. Right, I've moved round. I'm on the last little leg. I'll bring up the map in a sec, just once I'm through this heavy snow. It's been fairly straightforward. There may well have been a shorter route, but following the road, at least this gives me an idea for the next journey, whether I take it or find an alternative. The Voron's been awesome. Okay, let's just stop here. So basically, I've gone through the bit that we opened up, whichever was at there. The mouse was, and then I'm just going around the corner. Hopefully this is the last straight. And we'll get the first load dropped off. That's what I'm hoping. They seem to like dumping big stones onto the road. Certainly the dev who put this map together was in a trollish mood. Oh no, I don't want that one. I want the fur that's up in front of me. He doesn't want to break. Let's try that one. The Voron handles the boulders really, really well. I think it'd be an excellent truck for one that didn't involve ice. But any of the mud ones. Oh, there's a fuel trailer. Excellent. That's going to come in handy. I was beginning to think maybe it'd be wise to pull a trailer halfway around there and drop it off. That is a non-issue now. One done. Back to base. I will... Do I need to top up? Let's see how much fuel it's got. It might not be full. It is full. Do we take it? Yeah, I never empty a trailer. So, down there, there's a container in the water or something. Not sure if there's any way across there. Hard to say. No mission here to open up that bridge. There's two containers, one there and one there. Interesting. Still, that's... Yeah, that's not even ice. It's hard to say whether I could go in there along the water's edge. I'm sure at some point we'll find out. In the meantime, though, I will head back to base. Basically, I'm going to follow this road. Where's the junction? There it is there. Right the way through there and back. Something like that. So again, I will see you how we're doing time-wise. I might just try and get this one done since most of this is going to be edited out and it's just the pick up and drop off points. So hopefully that'll be what you see next, is when I am back here ready with the second load, ready to drop it off. So see you again soon. Okay, I'm loaded up with the second load of metal beams, ready for my return trip back to the substation. Again, another uneventful trip back. I refueled, and now I'm just going to do this last bit. I still need to figure out what the second mission is. I think it's something to do with the power lines. So I think that's the wooden planks we're going to need, but until I can activate the mission, I'm not 100%. But again, I'm going to do the more editing. Watching me just slowly descend down and round, not going to be mostly exciting, so I'll see you at the drop-off point. Hey guys, there's been a bit of a hiccup. The last bit didn't record for some reason. Either my fat fingers didn't hit the record button or it stopped recording through an OBS hiccup. The short of it is, the second lot of metal beams I got delivered. No big problems at all. I'll show you where the map, what happened. I think I was coming out from the pickup point somewhere up here for the metal shipments. I came down, drove along all the way around, and I dropped off the metal beams for the second part. Completed the mission. Nothing fancy about that, but all it did was reveal this new mission, which is repairing power lines. So I activated that, and that is the one that's highlighted up there in the top right corner. So I need two lots of wooden planks. So I drove along the ice. You can see where it's slightly highlighted. Drove around, joined the road, and came down here and round on the ice to this timber shipment place. Picked up two loads of wooden planks and have driven back down to where I currently am sitting. Then I realised it wasn't recording. Oops. I do apologise. The only thing of any note is there's a scout trailer. If you can see my mouse zooming about in the bottom corner or the bottom middle. That must be for a mission somewhere. It didn't give me any XP on approach, so we'll worry about that later. But all we're going to do is follow my preset waypoints as they are now, and drop off hopefully the planks at these two locations for the fallen poles. I have no idea if that's a good route, a bad route. We'll find out. We've not been it yet. That does look a bit ropey in there, but that's what we're going to do. En route over there, I will stop off at the Zix and I'll pick up some more fuel. If I get badly damaged even further, I may go across to the trailer store and get fixed and refueled there. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. So that's short of it, but I'm going to save it for the next episode because I've got a funny feeling with all the editing and everything else, it's going to go on. This one's going to go on for quite a while. So I'll end it here, and hopefully the next one will be a bit less of a problem. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you again soon, and bye for now.